What's up? It's Miles Mobile, and I wanted to talk to y'all about the power of sitting with yourself and being able to sit with yourself and process your emotions. Um, Most people, right, just by default, aren't willing or aren't able to sit with themselves due to the amount of trauma and the amount of pain that they've been through, whether it be physical, mental, or spiritual, right? We've all been through things in our life that we don't want to relive, that we don't want to repeat again. But these things will and are going to repeat again if we do not take the time to change ourselves and to change our mental environment and how we think, feel about ourselves and about others, right? Because how we feel about others is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. So, with that being said, being able to sit with yourself is such a beautiful thing when you allow yourself to understand your traumas, to be able to play these mental traumas or these situations that we don't want to relive on loop, simply to learn how to let go of these things emotionally, to let go of the emotional attachment to these situations or to these traumas that have happened to us. For example, right, for everybody that's watching this, we've all been talked about, we've all been looked down upon, and we've all been thought of as less, right? But in these situations, it's about, for me, right, it's about not internalizing it. And I'm pretty sure for a lot of you guys, it's about not internalizing it. And it's about figuring out what in that situation made me feel that way, understanding that these opinions, these outside opinions and outside judgments have nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with them, whoever them is. And the power of sitting with myself, I've done a lot of soul searching just in my life in general, just figuring out me and also figuring out why others do what they do, right? But with this power, right, and this gift of being able to sit with myself, I found and understood that I am the creator of my reality. If I am living in fear, then I will create that reality. If I am living in peace, attempting to find the peace, attempting to search for the peace, embodying the peace in the now, that is what I will focus on and that is what I will attract. And it's about not waiting, right? When it comes right, so people talk about a lot about manifestation. And manifesting is not about what you want to happen in the future. It's about creating that and embodying that in the now. Um, and we've all been through traumatic situations. For example, with me, I was born premature. Just to give a snippet, right? I was born premature. Due to me being born premature, the doctors didn't do what they needed to do. My leg was cut off, and my eye naturally didn't fully develop. So, with that being said, there's a lot of different moments where people try to degrade or put me down socially in social environments to boost their ego or try to impress somebody that they think they're going to get along with or they think is their friend, you know. So even with that, I had to be able to sit with that, release that, and let that go. But right, people will say, oh, you're empathic, you're supposed to be at peace with yourself. Why do you feel the need to say something about these situations or even bring these situations up to these said people, right? Because it's never a problem with setting boundaries. It's never a problem with standing up for yourself. Never, right? People get a kick out of putting you down, right? Or treating you as less than. Again, it's an ego boost for them. But when I was able to sit with myself and understand that it has nothing to do with me, literally, everything to do with their traumas and their bullshit that they have going on, because they won't be and they will never be happy with themselves, right? As long as they operate out of the ego, you know. So It's about understanding that anything outside of yourself shouldn't affect you. Anything outside of you shouldn't be something that hinders you. And with that being said, like I was saying, people will tell you that, oh, you shouldn't be bringing this situation up. It happened this time ago or this long ago, however it may be. But if these situations and these environments keep repeating themselves over and over and over again due to these said people, again, it's never a problem with setting that boundary. It's never a problem with speaking up for yourself. It's never a problem with being the advocate for yourself. And people will often try to make you feel wrong, bad for advocating for yourself. But in all reality, you're never wrong, you know? And you have to be able to set that boundary right then and there. And if that situation repeats itself, then unfortunately for them, you have to separate. Separate to elevate. I say it all the time, separate to elevate, just simply because I've experienced it firsthand. When I got away from the low vibrational people, I got away from the bullshit ass people, the people that have no dreams, no goals, nothing to attract. You know what I'm saying? I don't chase my dreams, I attract them. So you have nothing to attract. You have nothing that you're trying to embody. You have nothing that you're trying to work on when it comes to yourself. I can't be around you. I have to leave. I have to get away from you. And that's when the growth happens. That's when the peace, the inner peace, um, comes about. The inner peace that most people would never find. And I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with being one of the few, one of them chosen ones, you feel me? That's really tapped in, that's really in the know, and that really understand themselves. Um, and I have to understand that I don't have to help others. That's part of sitting with myself, these different insights and these different things that I'm learning about myself and learning what to do, not to do, when to say something, when not to say something, right? It all starts with internal, right? With the internal, with who you are as a person, as a soul, as a spirit. It has nothing to do with looks, what you got, the chains you got on, none of that. It has nothing to do with that, right? For example, as a guy, right, we might see a woman that we attracted to, and I'm talking when I'm speaking from past experiences, but we may have a woman that you're attracted to, and you feel like, oh, she likes guys that are bigger or buffer, or she likes more guys that are more athletic. So subconsciously or even consciously, you'll start working out a little more. But in working out a little more, you might start going to the gym a little more. Subconsciously, yes, you are working on yourself. You are, but you're working on yourself for all the wrong reasons. You feel me? Like you're doing it for outside validation, right? For a woman, you might get your ass done. You might get your titties done. You might get some lip filler. Yeah, you can say it's body positivity. I'm doing it for me, but it's obvious that you're doing it for the outside opinion, the outside validation. And if you never work on the internal, and you never work on the turmoil that you never faced, then you will never find that peace. You will never get that validation, because at the end of the day, looking for the validation is the wrong thing to do, right? So I say that to say, sit with yourself. Sit with yourself to find yourself. You can't sit with Bob, Tommy, Felicia, Sarah, or none of them to find yourself. Anything outside of you is never you. Amen.